The Chicago Bears line up in victory formation. And man, was it a great game from the Chicago Bulls team. They beat the Carolina
Bears.
Panthers. They hate us so bad. 36-10. Y'all know me, C-Dub, Steve-O. We're going to break it down. The other guys will join. But we got to play this intro first.
Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? The Chicago Bears got themselves a victory over the Carolina Panthers, 36-10. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Subscribe to the channel when y'all already know Bears Nation. If you rocking with the best content in the world, we already know. Welcome back. Welcome back. But C-Dub and Steve-O, the Chicago Bears, they come out. They handle business. They didn't fall into the trap. They handle business. C-Dub, we're going to start with you, the caller of the game. What are your thoughts on this game, man?
Just the Chicago Bears wouldn't handle business in all phases of the game. It was a little scare earlier. I thought they kind of thrashed the Bears in the running game, got a big run at the end. And after that, and that usually happens with the Chicago Bears defense, they get everything under control. And they really put Dalton on the ground. He was beat up and bruised this entire game. Once again, Dexter is just he's just turning into a great find, especially in the fourth round. Correct? They got him in the fourth.
Dexter, they got him in the
third or fourth, one of those.
Yeah, one of the earlier round.
And then the defense was outstanding all the way around. We got a couple turnovers. Could have got a couple more. I'm actually mad that we didn't get those because it was pretty much layups. But the offense, I think they're finally starting to find their rhythm. I love the pace that they play, that speed up pace. It's great with all the weapons we got on this team. It's hard for defenses to keep their wind, their fitness being into play when you're not substituting after every play and going into the huddle. We just speeding the game up, and it really affected the Carolina Panthers today in this win. And Caleb Williams, man, I'm so impressed with him with the responsibilities they give this kid. He got up there, he's checking the defense, and then he's checking into a play that he thinks will work. We see him today for the first time with the playlist on his wrist. You know what I'm saying? This guy is steadily improving each game. I just can't wait to see the next game from Caleb Williams. And just a great game overall, play calling and coaching. He didn't really do any big blunders this game. So just a great A+ game from the Bears team as a whole. A+ game.
For sure. Steve-O, how you feeling about this game, this win?
Y'all came to work and went home. That's how it's supposed to be. Or you came in, you didn't treat this team like they was lesser than. You came in treating them like they was a Super Bowl contender. You beat their ass and got them, sent them on their way. I like that. Like, I think that's a big thing we need to talk about. I'm sure we're gonna spawn the pound it more as we go on. But the fact that I think they came in with a game plan based off what they seen last week, the good things that they seen, and they felt like they had enough confidence in everything with their quarterback in order for him to call some plays and run a faster flow when it comes to the offense. Therefore, for him to handle it in 5 games, and he looked like freaking Peyton Manning the way he was checking and audible out of plays, reading coverages, making decisive changes to the line of scrimmage, even telling his wide receivers to run different routes. The fact that not only do we feel comfortable enough to do it, but it's not a lot on him. And alongside with the stuff that's already he been facing, like a lot of people start become a little gun shy, even with the small stints that they had. But he still trusts what he still see. He's still growing trust with his teammates. He's still growing trust with his coaches. And Shane called a hell of a game today. After that first drive, he said, "I'll be damned, and I'm gonna call the game that I'm used to," and that's what he did. We seen a hell of a lot of 12, 13 personnel tonight, a lot of under center. And when we got the flow in, we saw shotgun. But the end of the day is he still realized center was a big reason why we was in this game. And we still kept going under center. Balance overall, balance on the offensive side. We passed well, we threw well. Can't ask for nothing else for this team. Go win.
For sure, man. It was definitely a good win for the Chicago Bears. These guys, They did everything that they were supposed to do. They took care of business against a team that was dealing with a lot of injuries, who a lot of people feel like are at the bottom of the league. The Bears could have easily, you know what I'm saying, laid an egg and let this be a close game. After that first drive, they got their stuff together and they came out punching. The only thing I ask for is let's open up the game and put some pressure on some teams and then see how the defense reacts. But other than that, I really, really love what they was doing. And I got to show a lot of love to the offensive line.
Yes.
Hey, you ain't see Coleman Shelton down at the second level a lot this season. He was down at the second level, hitting other defenders, pushing them out the way. And my man's DeAndre Swift. Y'all know we cut him on Fantasy League, but hey, shout out to him. Ever since I cut him, he been on. So I ain't signing him back. I ain't signing him back. But hey, Steve-O, talk about that offensive line. What do you think about their performance today? Only gave up 1 sack. They
Hey,
did have a couple penalties, but overall, what do you think?
they played for their squad today. Like they really played for their squad today. This ain't that same pussy ass line I seen against the Houston game. When we got punched in the mouth, they ain't do shit. We got punched in the mouth today. They came back swinging.
For sure.
So I think adding Matt to this O line just been an overall a big difference in how we play. Like I've always said, Matt might not be the most talented lineman out there, but one thing you can't deny is his goddamn effort. And for the most part, that's all we need on the O line. And when you got somebody that's fighting for you, playing hard, center started playing well. Tevin was in and out today, but it was still cool. And then I feel Darnell was looking like the Darnell that we expected for him to come into the season, looking like he was dominant. He was finishing plays. He was nasty. And the run blocking, the run block is not really shocking to me because to me, I've always known like the core of this lineman are better run blockers than anything. It is what it is. And shout out to Simo for making an adjustment to put Bill Murray out there at left guard because he definitely helped as well.
I love that move. He had a solid game. C-Dub, what are your thoughts on the offensive line today?
The biggest thing for me is the great pockets that Caleb Williams had this game. He actually stepped up in the pocket, had a chance, and like numerous of times, it was like on a regular this game. He got to step up in the pocket. We didn't see that in previous weeks. And the guys only gave up 1 sack today. And that was early in the game.
And that was on Caleb, to be being honest.
Yeah, you could probably put that on Caleb. Put it on the rookie if you want. Yeah, they're starting to come around. And I mean, it is the Carolina Panthers. You can take it with a grain of salt if you want, but you got to play whoever you play when they come on your schedule. Fact. And I think these guys has deserves a game like this. If you're going to put the work in, you come out, and whoever's across from you, you do what you've been working on during the week, and you get better. And these guys are getting better right in front of our eyes. I just want the statistics guys to get their shit together because my man Caleb got 1,000 yards already. 1,091 yards. My goodness, he might get 4K. He might get 4K.
Hey, did y'all see Caleb spike his damn self today when he spiked the ball and fell?
Goofy. Hey, I'm starting to think, I'm starting to think, bro, a little clumsy. I ain't gonna.
No, you know what? I didn't. Okay, we already know he's a very competitive and like he's loud. No, he scores. That motherfucker turned into a maniac. He be that motherfucker shaking his head, slapping his head like
the Bears. The Bears.
Sure. Joining us here, Big Kev. What do you think about this win from the Chicago Bears?
It's the type of win they needed to have. They were playing against an inferior team, a team that's just not good, and you don't need to do what you did against the Indiana Colts. Like, I'm just not trying to see that. You got to go out there against a team that's worse than you and play better than them. Shane Waldron get flexes from me. Caleb Williams get flexes from me. The offensive line get flexes from me. The running game, the defense, they did everything they were supposed to do. This is the first complete game that we've seen in a very, very long time as Bears fans, bro.
Yeah.
In a very long time. So,
Big Kev, how do you feel about the growing chemistry between Caleb and DJ Moore? Today, 5 receptions for DJ Moore, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. and a dot for a touchdown that came by Caleb Williams. How you feeling about that chemistry?
I'm feeling as good as DJ Moore is. They had a situation last week where DJ Moore could have had 2 touchdowns, but he only ended up with one. And Caleb missed him, or he didn't read what Caleb was going to do properly. And shout out to DJ Moore for saying that he was going to do it the Caleb way. After figuring out that it wasn't the right read, he was like, "I'm gonna do it the Caleb way moving forward." And today led to him having his best game under Caleb Williams. So that's what was supposed to happen.
For sure. C-Dub, how you feeling about that chemistry between Caleb and DJ?
I think it's definitely getting better, as evidence in this game right here. They hit on some deep plays, some that they missed on last game. DJ Moore, he did drop one easy layup at the end of the game
I
there.
was so hurt.
And I think he's still mad at that, knowing a guy like DJ Moore. I think he's still kind of pissed at that. But overall, they still got room to improve, if you can ever believe that in the evidence to be that last play that he dropped right there. You gotta complete that for your quarterback. But I'm glad that they working it out. And once that tandem gets their thing together, this Bears team will be that much better. It'll be that much better.
For sure. Steve-O, you want to chime in on the DJ Moore Caleb?
I mean, I was never worried about it. It just shows that they were both willing to be coachable. Like they both didn't. It wasn't no AJ Brown moment that you have with Jalen Hurts. It wasn't like a abruption. Like they come to the side, talk. Okay, you the quarterback, so I'm gonna see it your way. That makes sense. He the one throwing me the ball, so it makes more sense to see it his way. Not putting up the ego thing like, oh, I've been here, I just got paid. No, I'm trying to win, and that's like what you said before. All of this started today. Like DJ tired of fucking losing. He get ready to win, so he gonna do whatever he needs to get it right. And I knew it was not gonna take that long. It was just some minor communication issues. Hell, we even seen a miscommunication pass with him and Komet today. It's still gonna grow, but for them to still have some of the receptions that they have between each other still, and they still learning, scary.
For sure. I did have to ask before we move on to the defensive side. Steve-O, to your earlier point in the pregame, there's gonna be some games to where guys ain't gonna eat, and that clearly showed today. Keenan Allen with 3 receptions, 33 yards. Nobody got over 5 receptions. DJ Moore had 5, Rome had 5. But the question that I gotta ask, I'm gonna jump right back to you, Steve-O, is how do you feel about the Bears offense in the second half? I mean, I don't think it was necessary. I believe it was still good, but you still want them to develop the mindset to put the foot on somebody's neck to finish in a strong way. How you feeling about the second half?
I mean, I feel like there was still like moments and pockets in the game where you could completely finish them. But I think during those times, that's when some of the penalties was popping up and some of the mistakes that we was making was popping up. I think that's going to continue to keep happening before weeks. It's like we finna go into week 6. Like I don't feel like I've said to about week 6 to 10 is that area where I feel like we really gonna start the jail. So it's kind of fitting my timeline. So the second half there was times, and I think that's more of a head coaching thing as well. He needs to learn how to finish games and put the emphasis on the rest of the coaches that we need to finish this shit. So I ain't too concerned about it, but it is an emphasis and still a point that he needs to realize that's a part of this team that still needs to grow.
Let me say this real quick. Caleb Williams with 1,091 passing yards in his first 5 games is a franchise record. He's gonna be breaking records all season, even with the people that's looking at him saying it's his fault. They tweak. This man is getting better every single game, and it showed today. But go ahead, Bobby. My bad.
Oh, I was gonna jump to C-Dub, but hey, look how the Ravens just about to wrap this thing up.
It's crazy
for real. C-Dub, you had anything to add on to the second half for the Bears offense?
I'm be honest, and I can't be too petty. I think they got a little old school and tried to take their foot off the gas a little bit. They want the clock to run down a little bit. That's why I was asking y'all at halftime, do you try to put your foot on their throat and continue to attack? And it is some games in this season, Yo, thank you for the love, bro. Uh,
Hey, shout out to you for giving love after getting cooked earlier, bro. Shout out to you, bro.
um,
Shout out to you, bro.
yeah. So I said some games we gonna have to just continue to keep the foot on the gas and just attack. Just go score 60. Try to score 60 every
C-Dub,
time.
do you give credit to Matt Eberflus for at least closing the game? Because we know last year he would have blew this game.
Do you think this a close? This is not a. It's
I mean,
a
you ain't
blowout.
give up the game.
It's a blowout. Close the game is when the game is. I think this is my thoughts.
I mean, I feel like,
not
I'm sorry to
closing.
interrupt. I'm sorry that I had to say this because it's on my mind. I don't necessarily. Yeah, he don't know how to necessarily close games, but a lot of them shits was Luke fault too.
Okay.
So it was kind of like Shane didn't do anything for him to put himself in his position. So I kind of see what C-Dub talking like. He didn't really have to close the game.
He didn't have to close the game.
Yeah.
They up. What did they win by 26?
Yeah.
That's just like
So you
finishing
saying
in a
a-
game.
So
It
you
ain't a
pretty much would
close.
feel like
But in
maybe
the second
closing
half,
the game is
the
the
second half
Bears
count.
score a touchdown. So pretty much you saying that the Bears are let's just say for the discussion and for your mind, a closing of the game for Matt Eberflus would be it's 27-20 Bears defense on the field.
Yes.
You got to get the Carolina Panthers up out of here to win the game.
Yeah, that's a close. That's
Okay,
a
fair enough.
close. Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
This is like a blowout.
Well, the closing counts in the second half. They had a big lead at halftime, and they didn't let it go. So I'm right there with you, C-Dub. I'm right there with you. But I'm also right there with you, Bobby. They could have came out in the second half and laid an egg, and they didn't. Defense was still on point. Offense was still on point. They didn't put up many points in the second.
Technically, they kind of did. Technically, they only scored 3 points in the third and 6 in the fourth.
Yeah, but they took their foot off the gas a little bit, bro. So like
a lot of bit.
What I'm
They did a lot of bit.
all I'm saying
20
is
points in that second quarter was crazy. I ain't gonna
all
lie.
I'm saying is if they needed to, they would have went out there and put up more points.
For sure.
But they held on to
424 yards is crazy.
Yeah,
They
so
held
I
on to the
understand
lead.
it from both sides for sure. Definitely 420 yards on offense from a Bears offense. Shit,
From
we
a
don't hear that
Bears
too often.
Mm-mm.
And without
Hell
having to
no.
play overtime, we don't hit it. And it wasn't a
Mm-mm.
shootout. Shit, we take
Hey,
that.
can I ask a question, bro? I don't know if you two young guys remember this offense, but I know Kev. Remember. You remember the Indianapolis Colts the first year that Peyton Manning just started going crazy with the like breaking records with the touchdowns, and they had this quick pace the way they play. It reminds me so much of Peyton
05?
Manning's offense. I think it's
Mhm.
05. And they was
Mm.
just unstoppable. They played in the same pace that the Bears played with mostly Peyton Manning calling the checks and shit at the line of scrimmage, getting them into a great play, getting a positive play, and then like quickly back up to the line. They were unstoppable. That reminded me a lot of that Indianapolis Colts team.
And I love the
feel
fact that the Bears coaches have trust in this
Yeah.
in this young man to
Yes.
allow him to call the plays. It's not just changing the play at the line, what they didn't let the former quarterback do. He calling the plays at the line. That's just the
I ain't need his ass to be doing that either.
But I'm just saying, that's just the reality of it. You know that he is cerebral, bro. He has
Yeah.
the mindset and the know-how to go out there and do it. And he did it against a bad team today. So people gonna say that in the comments. They're gonna say it all over social media. They might even say it in the national media. It was the Panthers. You go out there and you play the teams that you gotta play, bro. And you get the win because we saw them lose to a bad Indianapolis Colts team. We saw it happen.
They ain't say that shit. They ain't say that shit to the Raiders.
I don't even care what they say because it's just something about their narrative. They want to keep their narrative going. It ain't gonna have a choice in a little bit because this kid getting better about a fucking quarter.
Yep.
So you ain't gonna have nothing to say in a minute. It's on y'all.
Sure.
Literally, it ain't even about a game. It's literally about a quarter.
For real.
Yeah.
Like it's literally about a quarter.
I agree with that. But let's switch over to the defense. Solid day from the defense. 62 total tackles from this defense, 4 sacks, 6 pass deflections, 10 QB hits. My goodness.
And a
Half
murder.
sack for Kyler Gordon, half sack for Walker, Javon Dexter get on the board again. Austin Booker. How did I miss that?
That was the end of the game.
How did I miss that one?
That's the last play of the
shout out
game,
to
right?
him, man. See,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like play to
yeah,
play.
around there for Bryce Young. C Dub, what about the performance from the defense today, big dog?
Hey man, the Bears was nasty today. They really was. Somebody should call the police on the Bears defense because they was really trying to hurt somebody today, and they actually did. They noodled the guy. They was just beating on Dalton all game long, stopping the run, which was impressive. After that first drive, it was kind of impressive.
Mhm.
And just the best secondary, I think one of the top fives. I'm gonna just be humble and say a top five secondary in this league.
Right.
I mean, this defense, the key word is nasty. They were nasty today. And I think Carolina deserved it, especially after what they did at the end of the game.
For
So
sure.
continue.
Drip,
It's just more of great play from the Bears defense.
for sure. Drip joining us in the building.
Drip.
My guy, what you think about this game? What's your thoughts?
I mean, this is a really good game for a lot of reasons. I understand everything that I say is within the framework of the opponent that we were matching. We understand we weren't facing off against a great opponent or extremely talented or deep team or anything like that. But you got to love the fact of how Shane Waldron is really starting to understand how to use the players that we have on this offensive side of the ball, using them better to their strengths. The dynamic between Roshan and DeAndre Swift is getting a lot better. And I also think we got a cheat code. Doug Kramer's a cheat code at the fullback. If you line up Doug Kramer at fullback and Roshan Johnson as your halfback there, I don't know if we have a single negative yard play if those two are in the game.
It's crazy, ain't it?
So
We got the one drip.
oh
when
yeah,
you
the
tried
fourth
to get
down, the
cute.
fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was Roshan at the fullback. That wasn't Doug Kramer at the fullback.
Kramer went in, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was Roshan at the fullback.
Okay.
So I like that aspect of things. I love how our offense, Caleb Williams' confidence is building. You definitely saw Caleb Williams, and it was after the first drive. Caleb Williams, the fact that the Bears scored on that first drive literally changed, I think, the complexity of just how confident Caleb was at that point in time. So you love to see that as well. And then this defense, listen here, bro. Have y'all gone over the defensive numbers yet? 25% on 25% on third down conversions we held the Carolina Panthers to. While the Carolina Panthers did have 120 yards on the ground today, keep in mind, one of those was a 38-yard run for one touchdown. Other than that, they had 18 carries for a little over 90 yards. That's solid as far as that. In the passing game, they couldn't do shit passing against us today. Like they were, it was actually a solid completion percentage, but 172 yards on that, one interception and 4 sacks, we cooked their ass. So
What are you right, bro?
For sure.
Right,
Dev, how you feeling about the defense performance today?
Listen, with the exception of that first drive when they gave up the big chunk play to Chuba, whatever his name is, Chuba
Chuba.
Hubbard. My man, the defense took care of business. They did. Like, it didn't look like the red rifle was shooting nothing. He was shooting blanks out there. What he had, like 9 yards in the first half passing or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, I ain't got no complaints, nothing to say about the defense besides good job. Bravo. That's it.
Man, Steve-O, you dialed in? We're going to talk to you, my guy. I got a question for you. My man's Willie Beeman in the chat said that he's a little bit worried of Montez Sweat. My rebuttal to that is Montez Sweat is kind of like in that Khalil Mack type of area with the Chicago Bears. He's going to get all the attention.
All of it.
And when he draws that attention, the other guys got to eat. When we had Khalil Mack, guys wasn't eating because due to injury or players just wasn't good enough. This defense is eating. But are you concerned about Montez Sweat?
No. It'll be more concerning, like you said, if he was getting those double teams and it wasn't opening up and the other people wasn't getting home, then it'd be a problem. Because we have players like Taylor who's getting to the line at will. We got Dexter, we got Billings who got a sack today. You got Ulster who's a threat. Walker got to have a sack today. All RD linemen, for maybe one person, which is Pickens, who haven't been playing, they've all been doing something. Okay. So the fact that they all doing something, hell, we not even using Daniel Hardy, and we're using him mostly on special teams. So yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. That just is credit to Pose. Like, we was more worried about the damn other side when we shouldn't have been.
And can I just add a little bit, like, and I wouldn't worry about Montez because I think in the future he's going to be that be that hammer
That
in a little bit
gamer.
because that gamer in a minute because Dexter is going to be the one you're going to have to pay attention to
Oh my
because he
mama.
is beating the 101s. You're going to have to deal with that because he gets to the quarterback faster. It's right there in the middle of the defense. So then you're going to leave Montez by himself and he's just going to destroy that person. So it's coming. Just have some patience.
And that's a perfect. And the thing is too is that the pressure rate that this Bears team is getting, it's not always about. And I get it. And I'm not speaking for Willie. He can explain it in the chat. He's really smart football guy. So I'm not coming at his football IQ at all. But like the thing is that I know a lot of people are going to look at.
Keep continue.
Hey, y'all always stop. I be doing that just so I could be subtle.
A lot of people are gonna look at the sack numbers, the whatever, and it's not about like it's not that simple for the impact that a defensive lineman has all the time. Now that is the easy thing to look at, and Montez Sweat I think is gonna get it. Like make no mistake, I still think Montez Sweat. I don't know what he's at right now. I still would not be surprised if he finishes with about 7.5, 8 sacks on the season. But I think overall is that what Montez Sweat and what this I don't even want to just put it what this defensive line overall is doing. Montez Sweat is such an important part of that we would not be having that, and we've unlocked something special here. And I don't think people really realize it. When we just know that it's a passing down, and we need that key stop. Having Montez Sweat and Darrell Taylor on your edges with DeMarcus Walker and Javon Dexter as your interior defensive lineman. Listen, you got to pick your poison on that one. And then on the flip side of that. Replace either Walker or Javon Dexter with Andrew Billings in either it's a run or a pass down. Listen, you got to pick your poison on that too. What the Bears are building here with this defensive line has been special. And I think in totality, just how they fit together is more important than if Montez Sweat is getting a lot of sacks because he's getting pressure. They're having to double team him. And to Bobby and everybody else's point, when you do, these other guys are actually stepping up and taking care of the business.
Yeah,
and you got Kyler Gordon too. I forgot about him. Yeah, you got Kyler Gordon screaming off
blitz today too.
For sure. Last one. The Chicago Bears. They in the Chicago and they taking off to over or across the pond tomorrow
to Blokeville.
You know what I'm saying? Do y'all feel like that was a good way to do it? I know some teams they wait later in the week. The Bears want to get ahead of this. Do you think that's a good plan?
Yep, get used to the time zone, get used to whatever because that time zone will fuck you up. So yeah,
absolutely.
Can I throw a curveball like at least a day to chill out from a game? At least a day. They could have flew out.
Chill in London, nigga. What you mean?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. You just gonna hop right up on a plane right after a football game.
And they're probably gonna sleep. Keep in mind, they ain't traveling like we would travel. They got a private jet. They about to get some good rest in that.
Okay.
And I'm about to say if it's an away game, we'll be getting on the plane anyway.
Please meet me at the London.
Yeah, but you ain't got to. Okay. I ain't gonna argue with
they
it.
got beds. They gonna be laid out.
You just get one day to go sleep in your own bed.
Your one day is tonight. Get your ass home, eat some dinner, kiss the kids. Let's go.
The only people worried about sleep is us because we got to get up early as all get out next Sunday. That's about
I'm up at 6 a.m. every day, so I ain't even too.
Me too, but you know.
I think what it is like you gonna lose some hours with the travel anyway, and Monday is a day they go over things. So they just want to get there, go over things, and then y'all go do what the fuck y'all want to do. See y'all Wednesday.
Don't take Bayless Jones overseas. I hope he don't travel with us.
He's gonna be there.
He goes to Chicago, bro. No,
he's gonna for a British.
Nigga gonna find a London ferret to kill.
Hey,
not a London ferret.
Nigga gonna come back home with a wallaby. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
Real talk.
It was outside. I took it
home. Hey, you know what's funny? People be talking about kangaroo, and kangaroos are mean. Make no mistake about it. Yeah. But go look up a wallaby fight. Wallabies is angry little creatures, bro. Wallabies don't play, bro.
I got to a whole debate with my friend homie. He like, bro. I'm 6'5", but I could take on a grown kangaroo. I'm like, nigga, he will kick you in your ribs and your ass ain't getting back up.
You cooked.
You're not beating no grown ass red kangaroo, nigga.
Yeah. Hey, get him, Haize.
Listen, bro, you done got cooked for 2 weeks in a row. Just sit down, bro. Just
We
sit
give it
down,
up,
bro. I'm trying. I saw you. I'm trying to leave you alone, bro.
We give
You're
it up.
not an op because you know I've cooked you. It's like you can't be talking about somebody's an op when you had 2 black eyes in successive weeks, bro. It's done.
Damn.
It's done.
Over with.
We not, bro. Your mama ovaries just felt how bad I roasted you earlier, bro. It's done. It's done.
Hey,
Okay, it's over with.
but hey, the
Just look
Chicago
over.
Bears got they win. We snatch off the prescription glasses to throw on the shades, man.
Yes.
Y'all should have told me. I don't even have my shades down here.
Kid
I
said
did.
Caroline. That's what it mean, big dog.
Oh.
Caroline.
Caroline.
That's hilarious.
Mighty fine. Hey, get y'all
Everybody
shots
drink
ready.
y'all woo-wop.
Get your
Y'all
shots
woo-wop.
ready.
Let me go get my Henny. Give me
My
one
bad,
second.
my
Get
boy,
his Henny,
we gotta
man.
get ready. So we gonna
I'm
keep
shot out.
shaking
I
up
ain't
the
no
juice.
shots for me. I can't
I
do
ain't
it.
drinking. I'm in
I got a
recovery.
hangover
Hey,
right
You
now.
had that
H2O
weekend,
if you
baby.
need
I'm
it,
in
big dog.
recovery.
Hangover right now. I ain't
Drink
Get
doing
some
some
it.
water,
H2O,
Brody.
big
Get
dog.
some water in
I'm
your
in-
glass, guy.
Hey,
I'm in
Everybody in
H2O,
the chat.
Gatorade.
Hey, put your
P.
shots in the chat for the game, bro. Put
Put
your
your
shots in
shots
the
in the
chat.
chat for the
Shot, shot,
Chicago
shot, shot,
Bears.
shot, shot, shot,
Win
shot.
36-10 over the Carolina Panthers. Ladies and gentlemen, the announcement, if you have not heard, we will be hosting our first watch party October 27th at Joe's Bar on Weed Street in Chicago. More information on how to purchase tickets will be coming this week. Hopefully, we can get something out by Tuesday. But stay tuned. Stay tuned.
$25
We gonna come
holla.
up. We gonna turn out. We gonna see if Caleb can beat Jaden Daniels. Well, not the Bears beat the Commanders.
Yes.
We gonna see how
That's
that
the
rock
sad
out, and we gonna
competition.
turn up. We gonna have a great time. More information to come this week, so stay tuned. Make sure you got your notification bell going off. We'll be making a community post on that, and then my man's Haize, along with the other guys, we're gonna be filling y'all in every time we
First
do
of
these
all,
videos.
this is just weird. Why are you talking about backdooring a grown ass? See, Dejan, you just every time you talk, bro, I get more and more concerned about. You're right, we good, but now you talking about backdooring a grown ass man, bro. Like, what
It
are
don't
we
even
doing?
Hey,
matter.
Close
man.
that door and
they go
He
in my
said-
homie.
he said, meet me on 51st and Cal you met earlier. That's over with.
Hey, but hey, shout out to the Bears. Shout out to the crew. We put them up in the air, and we drink for the Chicago Bears.
This
That's
nigga
the
gave him
end of my
thumbs up.
drink.
Bro.
That's the end of my drink. My man said, "Woo!"
Yeah, I gotta give y'all thumbs up.
If
I'm
not-
hungover right now.
Fellas, y'all got anything left before we roll out?
Hey man, let's keep this moving, man. We got some games that we can win, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep
I
this
want to
rhythm
say
going.
shout out to the offensive line. Caleb Williams had a clean pocket pretty much all day long. They're getting better, bro. They're getting better. And shout out to Shane Waldron. After that
He
first
getting better.
drive on the first 3 and out, he came out there and came with pace and not Ryan pace, but Shane Waldron pace and took care of business. I ain't mad at him.
Hey man,
Alright.
hey Caleb, breaking the record, the all-time passing yards in the season this year. I'm calling that right now. And he might get 4K. He might get 4K.
Oh yeah, and I saw this comment earlier, and I do want to piggyback off this. For all the people that was whining and complaining, and actually, like literally, but why didn't Rainbow think Jalen Carter? Why did he draft Darnell Wright? Now go and look at Javon Dexter and Jalen Carter and tell me how you feeling about that right now.
Ain't no comparison.
Facts, Steve-O, you got
One
anything
yelling
left?
at motherfuckers. The other one yelling at motherfuckers. The other one sacking niggas.
Yep. That's basically what it boils down to, though. Yeah.
I mean, Carter had a sack, but it was a bogus one with a car.
Good night, y'all.
It's time to go. I gotta go finish my dinner. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy football for the rest of the day. If you got any feedback, comments, concerns, let us know down in the box below or send us something at chicagobearcentral@gmail.com. And if you want to be a part of our mailbag episodes that take place every weekend, call in, state your name, leave your take. 773-242-9336. We got the dub today. So you go chill out and go get you a dub with your lady. Shot-town up.
Ain't
And
got no
down.
lady. Some
We
of them
up
ain't
outta
got no lady. I'm just
Hey,
playing.
that ain't my problem.
You ain't playing them facts, bro. Them is facts.
Some of the